Welcome to Healers Talk Healing, the podcast where we gather to explore the art and science of holistic healing, uncovering the secrets to a happier, healthier you. I'm your host, Nina Ganguly, and together we will delve into the intriguing world of holistic healing, delving into the mind-body connection, ancient wisdom, and natural remedies. Get ready for enlightening stories, thought-provoking expert interviews, and practical tips that will empower you to unlock your true potential and embrace a vibrant, balanced life. Whether you're an experienced wellness enthusiast or simply curious about the power of healing, join us on this exhilarating journey as we share the wisdom and insights that can truly transform your life. It's time to embark on a voyage towards a happier, healthier you. So, without further ado, let's dive into the captivating world of Healers Talk Healing. Welcome to today's podcast episode featuring Robert, otherwise known as Bob Settineri, the mastermind behind Sierra Productions Research. With over 3 decades in biomedical research, Bob specializes in strategic communications and consulting for the pharmaceutical and healthcare sectors. His work in formulating preclinical and clinical research and product development has significantly impacted the industry. Notably, Bob is an acclaimed creator of medical educational content, including award-winning videos and films, and the therapeutic DVD, Immunoimagery. Holding a master's in microbiology and immunology from California State University, his accolades include prestigious awards in biology and scientific film. Currently, he's exploring the world of antioxidants, focusing on molecular hydrogen. His book, Live Healthier, Better and Longer with Hydrogen, available for purchase now, offers an accessible, enlightening look at how the body functions and the essential role of hydrogen for our well-being. Join us as we dive into Bob's journey of advancing health and wellness education. Oh my goodness, I am so honored and excited to have this wonderful man with me today, Bob Settineri, and you've heard his introduction. There's so much I am sure he has to share with us, and this is always a casual conversation, so we'll see what happens in the next little while. And Bob, I ask all of our guests this start off question, which is, what is your definition of healing?
Okay, definition of healing. Okay, my personal definition of healing is actually an integrative approach to incorporate many different types of healing processes, like integrative health, um, natural types of medicine. I like to go with natural approaches to healing, like lifestyle changes, exercise, good sleep, nutrition. Um, Diets and that kind of thing that are healthy, and many other things that kind of integrate to do the overall uh, uh, overall effects of promoting the best possible healing that can be done.
Mm. I like that because I think it's important for us to remember that it is like an integrative, holistic approach that we need to take. It's not just, one or the other that we're trying to balance. I was going to say repair, but like to balance it all out, it takes it takes something. So, I'm interested in learning what your journey was through hydrogen. Actually, it's a very interesting topic. On the Miracles directory, of course, I watched your introduction video there, and you know what I got from that is, like, yes, hydrogen is, you said, in everything, in every cell. See, I do my research. Hydrogen is in every cell. But what led you to that discovery? Like, what had you get to the place where you discovered, oh, this is something that we all need to be incorporating in our everyday, nutrition and habits?
But yeah, it was a culmination of my background, which is uh, you know almost all my life, ever since I was 20 years old or so. uh, focused on research and mostly preclinical and clinical research. And I've done a lot of work on uh, getting patents on dietary supplements and researching uh, many different things. But in particular, hydrogen was one of my special interests, and I was recommended and referred to a company that hired me to do hands-on research in my laboratory with hydrogen. So that got me started. And
So can I
then,
just interrupt you for 1 second?
sure,
Because I wanted to know where did this interest in hydrogen come from to begin with?
okay, it stemmed from my research on hydrogen and all uh, the publications that I've read, the clinical research that I've read, which is overwhelming. There are over 2,000 studies as we speak on hydrogen in over 170 disease conditions, which got me very, very excited and interesting to focus on hydrogen and also write a book. I had to write a book because it was a burning desire for me to get the word out and increase the awareness.
Yeah, I saw the book. It's the Live Healthier, Better, and Longer, correct? With hydrogen, right? And
Yes.
great reviews that I've seen on there. Uh, but was there anything going on for you aside from the research? I know you've said that you've always loved science since you were a boy. So what was that first impetus for you when you're like, oh man, I love this stuff?
Well, the first time I really got so involved in hydrogen is actually doing the research with a number of my associates and doing the publication. So I had to read a lot of articles to get background, and we have several publications with my good friends and associates and laboratory people, and I got enamored with the information that we gleaned, the results from the hydrogen that we studied. So that really got me totally interested in um, getting enamored with hydrogen and writing a book.
Hmm. So tell us about the magic of hydrogen.
Well, basically, hydrogen is the smallest, simplest, odorless, tasteless molecule in the universe, the smallest. And it can get into, as you said, it can get into once you consume it or breathe it or drink it, it can go to every cell, every tissue, every organ of your entire body. So it actually gets into the cells and gets through the cell membrane into the interior of the cell and even into the DNA, which it controls or handles cell signaling. It actually talks to the cell and communicates to the cell to make the cell work better. And we have cells in every single organ of our body, including the blood cells and the immune system.
Okay. So what you're saying then is someone, if their body is, I'm going to say diseased, it's not working the way it should be working, adding hydrogen to their, what I was going to say, not their prescription, but what they do to add to what they're doing will, in fact, you'll see a change due to the hydrogen.
Yes, essentially the body, it makes hydrogen itself in the gut. Bacteria make hydrogen, but it's to a certain level, and the body needs more hydrogen. So as you consume it, like for example, say hydrogen water, you can infuse hydrogen inside the H2O water to a higher level. So it's like a gas. It's like a CO2 or a carbonated beverage where the beverage bubbles gas inside the water. That's hydrogen. And if you have a higher amount of hydrogen inside the water and you drink it, that has the clinical benefits and health benefits that are just very broad spectrum, and the health is to almost every tissue, every organ of the body.
So does it regenerate then? Like, so you said, I think I'm asking you two questions here. You mentioned it gets into your DNA. So does it change the DNA? Like, what does it do with the DNA?
Well, it through its cell signaling, it modifies the DNA to make it actually encode messages in a higher level of efficiency. The same thing with other types of things in the cell, like the mitochondria, which are the sites of energy production in the cells. These are the batteries of the cell. And hydrogen increases the level and function of the mitochondria, improves the DNA coding, and many other signalings with inside the cell. It's also a very powerful antioxidant,
Mm.
but it's a smart molecule because we need some it quenches free radicals or neutralizes free radicals. That's what antioxidants do. And free radicals cause damage. So it reduces the free radical damage, but in a very smart way. We need some free radicals that are produced by the mitochondria to make energy, and those free radicals are good. But hydrogen, very smart, leaves those free radicals alone and only goes after the the deadliest or the ones that cause the most damage, like hydroxyl ion, and there's others. I don't want to get into the technical part of it, but it leaves the good guys alone and neutralizes or makes the bad guys harmless.
Okay, so I have another question based on that. Inquiring minds want to know. Um, so, if my DNA is being changed due to adding hydrogen to my everyday supplementary supplements that I take, will that then impact? So, say I have a child, so I start before childbearing years, or well, childbearing years start very early. So, let's just say I've been doing this for some time, and now I'm looking to get pregnant. Would that make a difference in the child that I have?
Um, yes, there are studies showing that there are uh, overall improved benefits of mothers and children with hydrogen. It's a very safe molecule. It's extraordinarily safe and non-toxic, and it provides this antioxidant power that I mentioned, and also cell signaling that improves the, the cells, the tissues, the organs, and the systems of the entire body.
So fascinating. Because now I'm thinking, well, that could happen with both males and females, since we need
Yes.
both to make babies still. Um, so literally, we could produce a healthier child simply by ingesting the hydrogen.
Yes, in a sense, yes, a healthier child. Of course, the mother has to be healthy, and drinking hydrogen will improve that health, as well as I mentioned before, lifestyle changes. You want to do things that will benefit and work synergistically or in association with the benefits of hydrogen. Like, for example, you want to eat good food, you want to have a good, fruits and vegetable diet, you want to sleep well, you want to reduce stress, and many other things. So, doing all that plus in consuming hydrogen, whether you drink it or breathe it or bathe in it, you'll get the benefits of the hydrogen as well as the benefits of the integrative approach to holistic natural medicine.
Okay, wow. Because I have so many questions, as you can tell. So you said bathe in it. That is interesting. Now, would you add that at I'm asking this because currently I'm in the middle of renovations and I'm thinking about, adding a water softener to the entire flow in the house. How could one add hydrogen, or does it already do that when you get a water softener? Or how do you bathe in it?
No, you have to add hydrogen in addition to the water that you put in the bathtub.
Okay.
And there are things that you can do. There are devices, and I believe Naturally Plus has a bath salt that you can put in that generates hydrogen. So that's another way. And you can infuse through machines, putting in a little bubbler that will increase hydrogen within the bath water. You have to let it go for 20 minutes. You get in there, and then you can get the body to absorb through the skin the hydrogen. You can also, like, for example, say on your skin, you can put compresses with, say, the water that's put onto a towel or a gauze pad and put it on your skin. And it could be on your face or your hands, or if you have a cut or wound, it can actually help heal traumas, wounds, um, burns, and many other things that are problems with the skin.
Okay, so what about when it comes to autoimmune diseases? So my husband happens to have psoriasis. He's had it since he was a child, and he's currently taking medication to reduce the slow down the growth of the skin cells. What does bathing in hydrogen or doing what you said, which is putting it on the skin, does that make a difference? And a difference with something like psoriasis or eczema?
Well, psoriasis was studied very well, and there's some before and after pictures that are extraordinarily dramatic that were published. And this was putting bathing with hydrogen water. And also, I know some healthcare professionals that are using hydrogen compresses and making like little boats or little dams with pouring hydrogen on the surface of these wounds, ulcers, or problems with the skin, and seeing some very good healing benefits.
That is
And the one thing that I want to mention is you can also like place it on your skin with through a compress or a towel or a pad that's soaked in hydrogen, and also drink it. So you treat from the inside out and the outside in.
okay. So like, okay, double whammy. So you make sure that you've got both covered. That's so interesting. Join the Miracles Directory where healers connect and wellness begins. Join a community of trusted holistic professionals or find your path to healing and peace. Visit themiraclesdirectory.com. Start your journey today. And how long does it take for a person to see results once they've started a regimen like this?
That's a great question. Um, I believe there are different types of responses or sensitivities. You could have low, medium, or high sensitivity. A low sensitivity, it might take longer for a person to see the results. A medium, it's a moderate amount, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month, and then a uh, I'm sorry, high sensitivity, you get the results faster. And a low sensitivity, it may take a longer period of time. But also depends on your condition. The people that have like a serious condition or chronic illness, they might see things faster or more observant than somebody who is in generally good health.
Okay. So, with all the research that you've done, what are the type of results people have seen with some more serious illnesses, and what type of illnesses have been studied?
Excuse me. Well, let's call them conditions because there's many types of conditions, uh, and as I mentioned, there's over 170 conditions that hydrogen will work with. And I think the best way to answer that is you can Google like if you go onto Google Scholar and you place molecular hydrogen and say heart health or brain health or skin health or bone health or joint health, then you can find out all these studies for each particular condition and see for yourself, read it from the actual researchers that publish the studies. But there are many different types. Think of any organ of the body, like say the brain, the heart, the lungs, the kidneys, the pancreas, the intestines, digestion. uh, Every one of those conditions there, and I mentioned all of these in my book. Every one of these uh, organs are affected positively by the consumption of hydrogen.
And could it cause recovery, or I can't think of the right word, on its own, or is this is in conjunction with? So let's just say there is something going on with the heart. So I have high blood pressure. It runs in my family. If I start taking that on its own, will it help? Or is it with alongside the medication that I'm taking or the change in lifestyle? I've done changes in lifestyle. Unfortunately, I haven't found anything besides medication that that stabilizes my blood pressure. But how would hydrogen help with that?
Well, you always want to stay with your doctor's advice and prescriptions of what you're taking. But hydrogen will help with circulation, which that's part of high blood pressure, and heart health, and heart function and support. And so, again, it's used in conjunction with other situations like you think of reducing stress level, relaxation responses. Meditation is good for that, and in conjunction, hydrogen will help complement all of the things that you're doing, including medications. Complement uh, the say, for your example, your condition with with circulation. It could improve that, uh, and be used in conjunction with all of those other things that you're doing.
Okay, so it doesn't interfere. I think I read this too. It doesn't interfere with any other supplements or medication that you're taking. It simply just enhances, the results are enhanced by taking it regularly.
Correct. There's no toxicity, no adverse reactions, which means side effects, no drug nutrient interactions so far in the many publications, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. There are no adverse effects. So we believe as scientists that it's extraordinarily safe. Again, no adverse side effects.
That is exciting for those people who just want to add something. They don't have to make a doctor's appointment, go see the doctor and say, "Can I take this? Will I be concerned?" Or the pharmacist. You can start implementing it immediately. Now, I know you had mentioned, yes, Naturally Plus, you said, has uh, a soaker salt. I believe they have water as well that you can take. And for those of you who are listening in and watching us, if you go to the Miracles directory, you will find information on Naturally Plus as one of our supplements that we you know think is something that you should have a look at. Is there any other way to get hydrogen?
Yes, you can get machines, they're devices that produce hydrogen gas that you can inhale through a nasal cannula, much like you would breathe oxygen, the little tubes that go in. So it delivers hydrogen that you can breathe. You can also, there are other methods to where there are little tablets that you can drop in water, and they they effervesce or infuse the hydrogen in the water, and you can drink those. And of course, you can do it through intravenous IV administration, but that's you have to go to a hospital or clinic in order to do that, and you can get it through injection through a syringe in your skin, below your skin, or into your abdomen. But again, you would the easiest way is to drink water. That's my opinion. That's the
Sounds
easiest.
like it. I mean, I know it's just one of the things about the Izumio. I'm in Canada, so it's not available yet here easily. Um, so what I'm hearing is then, for where it may not be easily accessible through Naturally Plus, there's other things that you can do, like you can get pills or you can get them go. I wonder if they have, at one point they used to have oxygen cafes where you could just go and sit in a cafe and breathe in some good oxygen. I'm wondering if that is something that they have here. I guess that takes some research. So for those of you who are listening, go onto the handy dandy Google, go onto our website. If you're in the United States, I believe also in Japan, Izumio is available. So go onto our website, check out under supplements. You'll be able to find that there. But let's just talk about your book for a minute. I know you said that you just had to write about it. What has been the impact you feel of the book, and also where can people get it?
Okay, well, the impact of the book is a little different than what you would read in the literature and in journals and scientific information, which are it's pretty technical. So what I wanted to do, and I did in the book, was to reduce it to a lower common denominator. The information I made simple, easy to read, and I took it from the the hydrogen communicating with the cells of the body. So it's the cellular uh, talking to the hydrogen and hydrogen talking to the cells. I took it from that angle and made it as simple, hopefully, and I added some cartoons to complement the verbiage in the book, and I'm getting some pretty good feedback on it that it is very understandable and easy to read. So that's my goal. I think I'm accomplishing that to get that information out. And you can get the book on my website. It's called H2 H number 2 improves 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 health.com. H2 improves health.com. And you can read about the book, read about what it's in the book, and then buy it in either one at a time, or if you want multiple copies, there's price breaks, discounts.
Oh, that's amazing. So again, like the name of the book is called Live Healthier, Better and Longer with Hydrogen H2. You know, so for you, how, yeah, there it is. Yeah, let's make sure they know what it looks like. It's got this beautiful blue cover. It is a book that is definitely on my list. I'm a book nerd, so I have a shelf full of books that I to read. And you know, there's so Bob, I know you do lecture, but do you yourself see clients by any chance, or is it just if someone wanted you to come in into a seminar or something like that, would you come in and talk about it?
Yes, I give presentations, and I've been to many Zoom meetings, but I physical presentations. There's a lot on the West Coast, and the company that hired me, Naturally Plus, sent me in many different states to give presentations on the research, the results of the research that I've done with the Azumio water.
Wow. All right. So tell us something about yourself that nobody knows. This is always the fun part.
Well, let's see. Uh, Nobody knows. Let's see. Well, I really like to have fun, so I enjoy um, you know it's called puns. I play on words. So during the conversation, I might joke a lot, but I integrate the conversation with a joke. And some people like it, some people don't. But for the most part, I get a lot of smiles or chuckles or laughs. So that's one thing that I'm kind of known for is, you know, being a kind of a fun type of guy, fun guy. So that's one thing. The other thing is that I have a passion to get the word out about hydrogen. Uh, I really want to do more educational. I produced videos, and I actually wrote a song about hydrogen. It's called Hydrogen, the Superhero Gas. And I did a video on hydrogen. It's only 2 minutes, but it gives a lot of information about, highlights the health benefits. I did a cartoon book, with about 50 cartoons that, again, hydrogen talking to cells, and a bunch of other things too, trying to expand the awareness, increase the knowledge, and increase the understanding of hydrogen for people to adapt to their own life, their family, their friends, their loved ones, and if they're in business like selling hydrogen, the book and these materials work well to help people, get involved in the business of selling hydrogen.
Okay, I love that you wrote a song. That shows passion. I know you wrote the book and you have the cartoon book, but the song, that's awesome. That is so great. And where can we find this song?
If you go to my website, on
Okay.
the home page, there's a little play button on the upper left, you can just click on that and hear the song.
Oh my gosh. So everybody go check that out because I think that is adorable. This book is definitely on my list of reads, and I really do wish that I had access to Izumio in Canada much easier than I do at the moment. I do know it's coming, so I'm gonna go look and see if I can get some pills to put in water so that to help that. It's been such an enjoyable time having this conversation with you. Bob, keep doing the research that you're doing. I mean, something like this that seems so simple to add with no concerns for us as the public as to any negative impacts. Like it's almost like a no-brainer. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think it's it's a way to improve your health and hopefully, as I said in my book, live healthier, better, and longer. So it might buy you some extra time, so to speak. Stop the ravages of aging, hold back the hands of the clock, so to speak, and live in a better quality of life, better health as we get older. So I'm hoping that that's the information in my book and the information of all the materials that I'm developing to increase that awareness. And I
Well,
really, in my heart, I want every man, woman, and child to be on hydrogen, to take hydrogen.
Mm. So, well, let's just make sure we spread the word as much as we can for those of
Yes.
you who are interested. Get the book, get some more interest for yourself to understand how this works and figure out a way to get it. It doesn't seem that difficult. If you're in the States, it's easy. Get on to our website at miraclesdirectory.com, look up the supplement area, and you can find it from there. If it's not easily available to you, like Bob said, there are different ways of getting it. So, Google it and choose one of those ways. Bob, it's been such a pleasure speaking to you. And like I said, keep doing what you're doing. It's so important as we begin. Um, let's start at the root cause. Let's get families started. Let's get those kids started, and let's make that difference. So thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Nina, very much. Really appreciate your great interview. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today on Healers Talk Healing. We hope you've been inspired and empowered on your holistic healing journey. If you've enjoyed today's episode and want to continue learning and growing with us, don't forget to subscribe, follow, rate, and review our podcast. Your feedback and support mean the world to us. Remember, healing is a lifelong journey, and you have the power to transform your life in profound ways. Stay curious, keep exploring, and never stop believing in your own capacity for healing.